community. Dave the Pickup Artist with you for another round of Psychedelic Sunday, where the cost of one admission is your mind. Yeah, we don't take Visa or MasterCard. This week I got a whole fill, which is always nice. And this completes my collection of albums from the Nazz. We've got Nazz 3. '71. This is the third album they put out and final album they put out. And yeah, I've been looking for this one for a while. Now, this is a little bit different. This is kind of a comp of sorts. We've got some rarities on here. Before I go into this album, let's get a retrospect of what we've got here. Now, in 1968, they put out their debut album, and it was well received.
You charged me 60 cents for 2 cans of peaches. You are aroused.
Had a hit single, and yeah, after that, in '69, they put out Nazz. Now, this was initially intended to be a double album, but the label, SGC, didn't want a double album. They wanted a single album. So they put out the single album of the best of the batch that they recorded, and basically had a lot of leftover material after this was recorded. The thing is, during recording this, the band broke up. So in 1970, the label said, well, hey, you guys owe us a third album. Apparently they signed a 3-record deal. And so they said, yeah, you owe us another record. And the band was kind of they're off to other things. A couple of the guys went on to help form Cheap Trick. And of course, Todd Rundgren went on to Utopia and his solo career and all that. But they kind of got back together briefly in '71 to finish what would become the Nazz 3. And they collected outtakes from what was going to be the double album, Nazz 2. And they had a couple of just rarities and stuff like that. There's a couple of covers on here.
I'm gonorrhea.
You'll never run away from me. And if you keep on running, you'll still have to pay the price. And
and it's another great Nazz album. We've got the great killer rock and roll. It only goes south when they do Todd Rundgren's ballads. There's 3 Todd Rundgren ballads on here, and that's the only bummer on here. But we got 2 covers. The first one is a cover of Kicks. Then we got on side 2, we get a kind of a goofing off in the studio. They do a version of Lighten Up, the Archie Bell and the Dells song.
Hi everybody, we're Nazz in Philadelphia. I'm the tuna fish hoagie. Philadelphia, we need a little thing called Listen Up.
Where the dead become the living.
Yeah, they personalized it and entitled it Loosen Up, and it's kind of humorous. That being said, this is a great album. The great hard rock tracks on here make up for any thing that isn't good, but I'm glad to pick this up and complete this discography. And there is a rarities box set out on these guys. Another band that was in the same situation was Buffalo Springfield. They put out 2 great, well-received albums, and they were obligated to deliver a 3rd album to the label. And so they had broken up also, but they had kind of got back together briefly to finish this album, which is pretty much studio outtakes. We get embryonic versions of songs that would go on to be on these guys' later albums, like there's a song called Questions that would end up on Deja Vu. I Am a Child is on here that would end up on one of Neil Young's albums, and that sort of thing, and stuff that wasn't finished or for whatever reason did not end up on the first 2 albums. And this isn't as good as the first 2 albums, but it's a great kind of a send-off. Last Time Around, Buffalo Springfield, Atco.
We got us some good ones.
This next one I found, I think, in the $2 bin, and I almost passed it up. It looked like a generic religious album, but I took a closer look, and it was in the shrink, which is a plus, but I took a closer look, and this is The Ventures from I think this is 70 or 71. The Ventures, New Testament.
Look, Betty, you have gonorrhea.
This is a very interesting album. and one of my favorite Ventures albums. They do things a little bit differently on this. Gone are the surf rock instrumentals, and they're doing a kind of a classic rock thing at this point. And they've added a little bit of vocals and done a few other things. And there's a little blob on here, a little liner note that says, New Testament isn't the gospel put to music. It's a new trip for the Ventures. Not a religion trip, but a new musical concept from the group that has been around since the birth of rock. For the first time, you'll hear vocals by the Ventures, and you'll hear 6 original tunes that show a different side from the traditional hits packages. So yeah, side 1, we've got the original songs they do, and we do get the covers though too. There's it's about half original, half covers. The covers are pretty cool though. We get they go on a Santana tangent. They do an original song that sounds like a Santana song. Then they actually do Oya Comb Over. The actually it's a Tito Puente song.
Autopsy.
Oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo no lo va a gozar. Oye, ¿cómo va? Mi ritmo.
We also got covers of Wild World by Cat Stevens, What Is Life by George Harrison, and a rousing cover of Whole Lotta Love by Led Zeppelin.
You cunt.
So yeah, this is great stuff. I mean, this is I never see this album. I mean, I see all the other Ventures. When I see Ventures albums, it's usually their 60s, mid 60s stuff, but these are 70s. When they get in the 70s, they get a little bit rarer. But yeah, this is amazing. I love it. And it's what we're listening to in the background. I don't know if you can hear it or not. A couple weeks ago, I showed a Harvey Mandel album. Harvey was of course in Canned Heat. He's probably best known for being in Canned Heat, but he also put great solo albums, and he's still alive, and I don't know if he's still performing, but what we got here is we got an album called Grenade. This is another one I found. I don't know if this is a $2 bin or the $5 bin, but this is another great solo album. Harvey. And that front cover, how about that front cover? We got a giant grenade in the middle of some village, and yeah, this is getting into a little bit of jazz fusion. It's still the fat fuzz guitar noodling, but he's going in a he's definitely going in a jazz fusion direction. And if you listen to this album, the first thing that comes to mind for me was the Jeff Beck jazz fusion trilogy. If you're familiar with the Jeff Beck, those 3 albums from Jeff Beck, listen to this album, it'll remind you of that. But this predates those Jeff Beck albums. This is early 70s. Jeff Beck made the trilogy in late 70s. But yeah, just cool stuff. Amazing guitar prowess. And I don't know if that's his lady friend or wife or what on the back, but apparently he's still alive. This week in 1971, Traffic played Fairfield Hall in London and recorded enough material to put out an album, and the album became Welcome to the Canteen. It was a benefit concert. And the album was mixed in London by Island Studios. And they've, as you can see, they've added some band members. Rick Gretsch, Rebop, some guy from, I'll just call him Rebop, and Jim Gordon. They brought Jim Gordon in, which leads me to ask the question, what exactly did Jim Capaldi do in this band? What did he do? I mean, he's always listed as a percussionist, but they've added 2 percussionists, so what does he do in the band? I don't know. But this is a pretty good live album. We've got their some of their classic early psychedelic hits like Medicated Goo, and one of my favorites, 40,000 Headmen. Yeah, they even do Give Me Some Lovin'. They close it with Give Me Some Lovin' from the Spencer Davis Group as an encore. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And yeah, that's all I got this week. I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you again soon.